Hear me all right? Perfect. So I'm going to reintroduce myself. My name is Kevin Monell. I'm going to take off this headset so no one could bother me for a little bit. That's all right. And I am one of the program coordinators here at Student Veterans of America. So I started very recently, but my job when I started was all about NatCon. That's our biggest event. And forgive me, I need to fix my mask. Okay, so chapter of the year. What we're looking for is not just active chapters, but active members as well. So how many of you know, okay, let me ask this. Who here is a chapter leader? President, vice president, treasurer? Who here wants to be a chapter leader eventually? What school are you? Oh, hi. Hi, Georgia Southern. How are you? Yeah. I have a I have a lot of phone calls with your school. I forgot who his name was, but yep, lots of emails from him as well. So, you want to win. That's good. I want to hear you want to win because it's very important. So, the first step to becoming chapter leader is we need to see active engagement on our end. So, part of it is keeping your chapter up to date with SVA, national headquarters. So that's making sure we see you all not just participating in our events, but you're also telling us what events you're putting on. Because if we don't know, then we're going to assume they're not active, if that makes sense. Yes? Experience Cloud? Well, it's not an app right now. It will be next year, hopefully. Yeah. Well, you could email us. You could email programs@studentveterans.org. But we're really trying to switch to the Experience Cloud because there you're going to have your own dedicated login and your own profile where you could put on the Experience Cloud calendar what you've done. Because what we could do on our end is run reports on who's hosted what events, and we could see, okay, this chapter hosted an event every other week. I don't have the exact link for the Experience Cloud, but perfect. So yeah, if you want to share the QR code with that gentleman over there, that'd be great. And we're also going to be marketing it as well after NatCon. Yes, and So to swing back, I hear a lot of great things coming from all of you, especially on the fundraising side, and that's what we want to hear at SVA HQ too. So like part of becoming chapter of the year is sharing those success stories with us. So believe it or not, you do not bother us if you have good news and want to share it. Like if you want to call us and say, "Hey, look what we did," that's great because we could take down and write a report on what you did, and we could stick it to your chapter's profile and say they had a fundraising event and they raised, let's say, $10,000. That's great news, and that's what we want to hear, and that's what we want to use as backup. So when we do nominate chapter of the year, we have all this data to say they done this, 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 they served this many people. So fundraising is a key. Yes, sir. Social media is the best. Social media is the best. Yep. Yeah, because it shows that you're not being an exclusive organization, but you're actually being really inclusive with your campus community. Because part of SVA is not just being, so full disclosure, I am not military connected in any way. I'm not a veteran, but I'm an advocate for veterans. And if you could tap into those advocates on your campus, it shows that you're really willing to reach out to other people and you want to create a community that is veteran supporters who just believe in the same mission as SVA. So we do encourage you to work with other organizations on your campus as well, because it's not going to hurt you at all if you do that. Mhm. So it's things like, sorry to cut you off. So it's things like that because now we're starting a DE&I initiative here at SVA. So if you come to us and say, hey, this is what we did, that means that puts you on really solid ground for chapter of the year. And then also because now you're falling into one of the many categories of services that we provide too, and you're hitting a new category of service, which is DE&I. So like we have career services, DE&I, disability, and there's one more that's escaping me right now. They're all the liaisons in the organization. So the key thing is that if that we're a really small team at HQ, believe it or not. There's not a lot of us. It's only 4 program coordinators, and the 4 of us really help put on this show with the assistance of our colleagues in our other departments. So we could only spend so much time mining through social media and different profiles, which is why we ask you all to email us, give us a call.
So is there a way right now that we can look forward and be like, all right, this year we engaged, we went to Carpenter that we done a workout for veterans and we, all right, we did X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
And these are all of our accomplishments. Is there a way to like send that in at the end of every semester to be like, hey, SBA, we are engaged, we are.
So that's the cool thing about Experience Cloud is once you see it, there's going to be a place for you to log events. So if you get really active on it this semester, there'll be no need to send us a report because we can run reports for all of our active chapters and we can see what type of events you have. But if, yeah. We're working on that. So we had to use a Microsoft form this year just because Experience Cloud wasn't up and running. So the idea is through Experience Cloud, let's say in 10 months, applications for a chapter of the year open up and you want to nominate your chapter. The idea is you can go into Experience Cloud and fill out the application there. You won't have to do any back and forth. Exactly. Yeah. It's an all-in-one. It's a place for you to post events too, to keep your chapter updated, have active membership roles, keep a list of alumni as well. So let's say a chapter member graduates, don't don't delete their access to Experience Call. Just put them in as an alumni, because that way I'm going to tie this back into fundraising. Let's say 5 years down the line, one of your former chapter members are now working their way up to Jared's line position. You could keep tabs on them. You could say, hey, we're doing this great thing. Would you mind flying to X, Y, and Z and giving a talk to our chapter? And 9 times out of 10, they'll love to do it because people love talking about themselves. You'll just mark them as an alumni, and that's it. You want to do anything extra? Yeah, you'll just change their title from chapter member to chapter alumni, and that's it. Yep. Yeah, you won't lose their contact information, and that person with their account could go in and update their contact information as things change throughout their life. Sure.
Doing the same from NatCon app now, like how long do you have access to like those connections that are what is after you like archive it all, what is like you have to go into.
That's a good question that I don't have the answer to. Our marketing and communications team does. But if you come up after this, I can give you my business card, and if you send me an email with that question, I can get back to you. Yeah, no problem. Anything else? And then I have some tips on fundraising too. Local small businesses, believe it or not, love their university chapters. I went to Florida State University, and my boss, Dr. Abby Kinch, is also an alum of that university. And they partnered with a local restaurant, and they basically said, hey, like, if we could use your big table in this private room, we'll host all our meetings there in the semester. So basically, like, the restaurant got a thing out of it where they have once a month a big party of people coming on in, buying a keg of beer, having a meeting, quote unquote, and enjoying a good time. And then the local business supports them because they give them all this business, word of mouth. So always reach out to local small businesses who are willing to help. And sometimes just go up to them and say, hey, I'd like to speak with whoever owns the business, and just have a little presentation to them at a table. Have coffee with them, have a conversation. And we have resources on our website too to have that conversation with them, where you could say, student veterans are the most successful group of students on our campus, and we have data to back that up. So if you reach out to SVA, we could provide that to you. There's a lot of information out there I could give. I can't answer anything, so if you guys have curveballs, please. I know your speaker didn't show up, so I really want to thank you all for being just receptive and being respectful. I'm sorry that they didn't show. That is on them because they never sent me an email or gave me a phone call. That's great. That's great. All right. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to come up to me. I'm also going to leave a stack of my business cards right here, too, if anyone wants to get in touch with the programs team. All right? But thank you all so much. Okay. Yeah, no problem.